What's going on, Mike? Mike says, I ain't seen you in a long time. I've been here, nigga. I've been here, nigga. I kind of go into a little bugged out state of mind when people say they haven't seen me in a long time because normally when you're always trying to help somebody, you always got a misunderstood um, person. Why do I hear other stuff in my microphones? Okay. I don't hear it no more. Oh, dear mine. Mike says, man, I've been in Facebook jail. I've been in Facebook jail. He says, when you talk about females on here, they block you. Yep. Gee, really? They call it hate. Um, Mike, you might want to come check me out on Facts 100. And the problem with a lot of you individuals, when you wanna do a lot of things, and you know, I'm gonna say this before I get started. I don't talk about women no more. I realized something. Like this. I'm gonna break it down in a car analogy. If I sit on here and I talk about all the things that Atia LaShawn Bradley did to me, women will hate me. You want proof of this? My own mother got a problem with it. I don't speak to my own mother. So there's no woman that can get me to understand the perspective of you critique or criticizing women. When Miss Ali wrote her book, she got attacked and criticized. So it's off limits. But what we can be told is we're deadbeats, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So what I tell people, with great power comes great responsibility. And I have a powerful mind. So what you need to stop doing is you need to stop to referring to women as women. You need to refer to women as their chemical makeup, estrogen. And I'm going to tell you why. When an automaker decides they want to build a car, just because it has two wheels, an engine, and a transmission, don't get the certification that their automaker needs to go ahead to produce that vehicle. The automotive industry wants to know how fast it's going to be, how much horsepower it's going to have, what is going to be the fuel economy. When they build a car, they have to factor all this into play. Let me give you an example of what I mean when I say this. People, if you look at a 1987 Buick Regal Grand National, that 1987 Buick Regal Grand National, which was a damn near supercar in its own right, had the same brakes as a normal Buick Regal Grand National. Normal Buick Regal, excuse me. All right. No, I'm going to get off topic. We're going to get on topic in a second. And I want to talk about consideration tonight. Appreciate you guys for being here. Thank you for coming. But I'm gonna say this because I agree with you, what you said 1,000,000%. And it taught me that I outsmart the smart ones. But if you look at the brakes on a 1987 Buick Regal, it's the same brakes on a car that is damn it has over 100 more horsepower. So you gave put these brakes on a car, then you put the same brakes on a car that has more power and didn't give it more stopping power. Okay. Then you take that same vehicle, you go to a 1988 um, Mercedes, a 1988 Mercedes. So let me stop. Let me go 88 Buick Grand. No, they didn't make an 88 Grand National. I think 87 was the last year. So can't use that for an example. Let me check. I'm so wizardry. I'm Neuromatics on full display. Straight cheesy McWheezy. Hold on a second. I don't think they made an 87 Grand National. 88, rather. Did they make a 1988 Buick Regal Grand National? think. See how much did a 1987? Says nothing in here about an 88. Let me do this. Oh, they did it. They did make an 87. 88 was the last year. All right. So the car was in production for 2 years. So if you take an 88 Beer Grill Grand National and take an 88 Mercedes, when Mercedes put a stronger engine in their car, when they put the engine in there, they push the wheels out. You know why they push the wheels out? They push the wheels out to put bigger brakes on a car. So Europe, you can't just say, I want to build a 400 horsepower car and send it to the automotive industry, and the automotive industry say, okay, cool, we're going to license you to make this car. The automotive industry in Germany says, well, we're looking at the specs here, and the specs, they're the same specs on the 300. Yeah, but you got a much faster car. Can you explain why are you doing this? So they put bigger brakes. My point, the ingredients into something is what it is. And you refer to women as women. I refer to them as testosterone. Estrogen. I refer to men as testosterone when I decide to, quote unquote, criticize. I call it laying facts. But all right, enough of that. I'm burning up time, man. Enough of that. People, I want to talk about something tonight. Man. I want to talk about something tonight, if you guys don't mind. Once again, I appreciate you guys for being here, man. You guys could have been anywhere else in the world, but you said, hey, that big ugly guy, he's at it again. Dear mine. Yeah, that's true. They can say what they want. Like I said, you know what? To bring your point home, Miss Ali was attacked when she made a book saying, why do us women? So she was attacked. So let's be clear. Nothing else needs to be said on that. I want to talk about something tonight. I had an individual tonight say to me, I want our relationship to be strong. I want it to be ironclad. So what she did was, she said, every day for a month, I want us to send love songs to each other. Now, that was kind of cute. Nah. But the funny thing about what she said, if you look at the time that I booked this show, look what I put for the show. If you see the time, it's 6:16 a.m. I thought of what I'm telling you guys here tonight at 6:16. Where's the camera? At 6:16. You know what? I'm going to screenshot it. I thought of tonight's topic at 6:16 a.m. I'm going to show y'all. I screenshotted it. I screenshotted it so I can blow it up, so you can see it better. Can you see it better? 6:16 a.m. Consideration is the best ingredients to love. You see that? At 6:16 a.m., consideration is the best ingredients to love. And then I'm on my way over here, and she says, she sound like a little mice. I'm laughing at something else. So I'm going to talk to you guys about what I want to talk to you about. And I want to talk to you guys about consideration, is because when it comes to consideration, what you guys go through, there is no consideration. Consideration is the number one ingredient to love. Consideration. Some of you would say trust. But dig this. You can trust someone and you can lose them due to the fact that they didn't consider your feelings. We don't say trust my feelings, do we? We say consider my feelings. So let me dive deep into that. Appreciate you guys for being here. WLEW, Log Talk Radio, 98.3.com FM. I'm Chris One Up, the Chris One Radio Group, broadcasting live from Todd Smith Studios. Coming to you on a Wednesday, the 30th of September. Talking about consideration. People, let me talk about myself for a second. People, I'm very, very considerate. People, I'm not just smart and I'll just riddle off got you statements. I'm considerate. Considerate of the fact that the average person doesn't have my IQ. I used to listen to people and always thought it was necessary to correct them. I'm more considerate of the fact that they just aren't smart as I am. I need y'all to follow me. People, when you're open-minded, on the other side of the coin is consideration. Because when you're open-minded, you can understand why somebody may be strung out on drugs. When you're open-minded, when you're not open-minded, you will look at someone's situation and say, I don't understand, how could somebody do that? People, I'm going to tell you something about myself. I can tell when somebody was on drugs. I can tell when somebody is on drugs. I can do everything if I educate myself on the new uses, on the new use of what people are using on the market. Then I can tell you that what type of drug you're on. I can tell if somebody is on an upper or a downer. I can tell if somebody was on drugs at some point in their life. I can tell if you're a recovering addict. I can tell. People, let me tell you something. My dad had this gift, and I was shocked when I realized I had it too. But one time I was with my former daughter. Let me just say this. One time my daughter and I was together, and we got our food. It was a serve yourself buffet. We got the drink. She got a Snapple. I got a vitamin water. She then took a sip of my vitamin water and said, "Ilk, Daddy, this doesn't have any flavor." I said, "Baby girl, I don't I don't I don't eat for flavor, baby girl. I'm old. I drink for health. I eat for health." She took the Snapple back and got a vitamin water. 4 or 5 months later, I goes and get my daughter, former daughter now, and I looked at her skin, and what I said to her was, "You drink a lot of soda when you're with your mother, don't you?" She gave me the shame face. Yeah. I said, "You know how I can tell?" I said, "I can see the soda in your skin." Then I realized I am just like my dad. But when you have an IQ like I have, you don't go around and say, "You were on drugs. You was on drugs. You was on drugs. I could tell the way you act, you was on drugs. I could tell the way you rock, you was on drugs. I could tell you the way you wipe your face, you was on drugs. I could tell the way you touch yourself up, you was on." I could tell. I don't do that because I'm considerate. People, when you are fighting somebody for the basic necessities and normals of life, when you're fighting for normal, something in you is destroyed. And the problem with everybody else that hear you talk about your issues, your pain, your hurt, etc., is they don't consider your hurt and your pain, etc., etc. It's, well, you shouldn't have, and why don't you? This is my mom. I'm being more specific. My mom is not considerate of my 11 and a half year fight. I've learned to use words like, I don't want to talk about it because I understand estrogen much differently than the average. When something is said and it's not, you're not being, no consideration is being afforded to you, you need to be quiet. People, I will not argue with nobody for no reason, because arguments with me does one thing and one thing only. They get ugly, and they get ugly fast. And it's not because I'm a disrespect for you. It's just that I'm not going to let you keep repeating yourself thinking that I'm going to say, okay, it's raining out and we should put the top down. People, when I speak, I don't speak to shame you. I don't speak to make you look bad. I speak facts. But I haven't gotten that consideration. So now let me break some stuff down to you, if you don't mind. Consideration, like I said earlier, and I heard what I said because I was sitting here when I said it. Consideration is the best ingredient to love, not trust. You know how much stuff you got to do to even acknowledge the fact that somebody don't trust you? You know, I could cheat on my girlfriend forever. She will never know, and distrust will be intact. But do you know what happens if you consider someone's feelings and say, I won't cheat on you? Because if they find out, I can only imagine how much it would hurt them. You are being considerate. This is why I'm telling you here tonight, broadcasting live from Todd Smith Studios, speaking the facts word, speaking the gospel. I'm here to tell you that consideration, whoa, consideration is the best ingredients to love. Do you know how much someone will hurt when they find out that you hurt them and you cheated on them, and now they're hurt, and now the distrust kicks in, and you're sitting back saying, damn, but you didn't consider you didn't consider their feelings. People, I'm gonna tell you something. I just said conversations with me. I know I have to end the conversation because I know estrogen to always want to win. That's what I know. Listen, my life isn't over. I'm still living. Somebody could show me different, but that's what I've been shown. Okay, so what are we talking about here tonight? Consideration. Be considerate of the fact that that's what I was shown. Be considerate of the fact that after all, who else but my mama? My mama. People, my mom's, let me go left for a second. My mom's perspective was, give me my flowers while I'm living. And I did that. It got me no consideration when it came to my feelings. It got me nothing. Zero. There's not one person out there, they don't exist, that can say, Chris did me wrong. They don't exist. I've always been considerate of people's feelings. Always. I had Miss Cakes say something to me the other night. She said, when your ex-girlfriend She said when your ex-girlfriend came all the way down there, to suck your balls, you don't think that was misleading her and wrong. So let's talk about that. So let's convert that to you wasn't considerate of the fact that you had no intentions on being in her life. So let's just talk about that for a second. People, when a person is playing a game, you don't get an itinerary. When a person is being slick and manipulative, you don't get an itinerary. For those that don't understand what an itinerary is, they don't tell you what their motive is. For those that don't know what their motive is, they don't tell you what their intent is. For those that don't know what intent means, they don't tell you the reason as to why they're doing what they're doing. Oh my. They don't tell you these things. So an individual, brought that big old booty down here, and I just continued the game that we were playing some 18 years prior. That's all. It was a game. But I felt good because that individual had invested trip rides. Thank you. My balls was a lot cleaner when she was done. Boy, the slurping sound of somebody slurping on your balls, boy, I tell you, ain't no soundtrack like it, boy. What are you going to do? Oh, dear my. But me personally, I've always been considerate of people's feelings. Always. Always. And I want to be clear about something when I'm about to say, and I mean crystal clear. Don't mistake a reaction for an action. Please don't. Please don't. Please don't. Please don't. A lot of you guys are getting caught up in court battles, and consideration is absent. The child isn't considered. Now, I just said consideration is the best ingredients to love. You want to have a good, loving relationship? Be considerate. You love someone? Be considerate. And everything else falls under that. Everything. I promise you. Leave your comment under the video. Please, by all means, let me have it. There ain't a person that left a comment under my video that corrected me and I didn't say, and we argued. Not one. Because I'm open-minded. But consideration. I thought about that this morning. Consideration. Consideration. When you consider somebody, you can feel the hurt before you do the action. That's what happens when you consider. When you consider somebody, you play the whole thing out. Even if you, if I took a trip, if I took a trip to Guatemala and had sex with a female, came back home, I'm, in a relationship, that old saying, what happens in Guatemala stays in Guatemala. Then one day, let's go on a trip. Where you want to go to? I'm going to go to Ecuador. Ecuador is right next to Guatemala, I think. I'm just say. I don't know. Well, let's go. But the plane have to land in Guatemala because some rebels took over the air place in Ecuador. So we got to land in Guatemala. Little did I know, I done had a little Guatemalan. I had me a little Guatemalan and shit. Fucking Guatemala. my God, man. Somebody, y'all know I need help. Come on, man. Fucking Guatemalian. I done had me a little Guatemalian. I ain't think nothing of it. I went over there, shot a nut off. You feel it? Get the puppy! Get the puppy! Oh! You know, you just you catch it, you know. You know. You know, think nothing of it. Guatemalan Child Support Task Force is after you. You don't know this. You land. They want to see a manifest. Yes, Krista is on their play. Start that plane. Start that plane. You know. Talking about being considerate, right? Just saying. You know, the Guatemalan Child Support Task Force. You know. You Krista yeah. We need you to start on the plane. Step off the plane for what, man? I mean, my wife, man. You know, you trying to post up a good. I want my wife. I want my wife. And you got the, you know, they air every damn thing. The kid. What? The kid. They show me a Guatemalan kid, a Guatemalan that look just like me. Oh, yeah. Yo. If you be standing there and they be like, I got over there, and they pull the picture up and you be like, hey, what's this about? Hey, what? Hey, look just like he. There's like he. Do you like what? Can I see the picture? Baby, it'll be all right. Baby, can we talk? Can we talk? And now you looking at that baby like, son of a bitch. Now your brain is running. Oh damn, I came here. Oh, I told my baby. Oh damn, I came here. Oh damn, I got that nut off. Oh damn, I got that nut. That's what happened with that nut. Yeah. Oh damn. You know, baby, it'll be all right. Baby. Can we talk? Can we talk? No, can I talk? I'm an American. You trying everything. Oh shit. I'm an American. Hey man, I'm an American. You know, knowing the government don't give a damn about you. You know, like trying to like you got some diplomatic credentials. I'm an American. Hey man, this ain't right. This ain't right. So you go to you go to Guatemalan trial, you know, and it ain't like here. They're like, you think you can come here? To Ecuador? Guatemala? You think you can come here and bust a nut and leave? Your Honor, shut up! You're not considerate. There's that word consideration. You don't consider where you park your nut. Then you do the famous lean over to your attorney to tell him something important. I didn't know I bust a nut. I didn't know I bust a nut. I used the rubber. Consideration, people. That's all I'm talking about. Be considerate. It's the best ingredients to love. If you consider people, we all been through stuff. All of us, we've been through stuff. We've all walked roads. People, I can tell you over and over again, I have no problem. I have a pick on me complex. I'm the youngest of the family. When you talk to me, I want you to get the fuck up off of me. So I respond back in a snapback. When you snap at me, I'm going to snap back. I tell people this. People, do you know that there's a difference when you're dating an older person and a younger person? When you're dating the oldest is always the bossy one. They're always the boss. They're just bossy ones. The oldest is always a bossy one. The youngest are normally the ones that everybody want to protect, and when we talk, we want everybody to listen to us, but it's a different perspective. So I was raised around all boys, so I have a pick on me complex. But that's another story for another day. People, consideration. That's all you need is consideration. People, if you consider things, if you be more considerate, and that perspective that I just gave you, if the individuals was considerate of, if I was considerate of my woman's feelings, I would have never went over to Guatemala and had a Guatemalan. But when you don't consider anybody's feelings, you don't care nothing about them. You can go ahead and try to park a narrative of love. You can go ahead and try to park a narrative of caring and consideration. Save it. You're a dirtball. You see the way you're a dirtball. These are facts, people. And when it comes to facts, I'm good at that. Y'all have a good night.